kick things off with Tom Timmerman. Tom, go ahead.
David, just the offense today seemed to have very few opportunities. Weren't even getting the ball like in dangerous situations. What didn't work today?
Yeah, we weren't good enough with our build up. So we have to, if we're going to be a team that tries to build and play, through opponents or around opponents, the end objective is to always try to create a shot from it, or at least create the ball into the final third, and that for us was the missing piece. We just couldn't break down Houston's block. We couldn't find balls that were breaking lines in order to get players like Zhao and Simon, Celio, those guys involved into the attack.
So it starts further back on the field. The midfield, obviously, with Alfredo getting hurt, everything's kind of maybe messed up or confused there. Is that where it began, further up the field, further back?
Yeah. Alfie is one of those players that one of his responsibilities and roles is to be good on the ball for us and help us advance the ball centrally. So to lose him early was a big miss. And then Conrad obviously was having some issues with his leg from the return of his previous injury. So making that sub as well for him, going into the half time as well was just difficult. We found ourselves with our 2 sixes being down by half time. That was always going to be hard to adjust.
And all the losses are tough, but are these especially tough when it's a team like Houston that you're trying to catch if you're to make the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Orlando loss was obviously difficult for us, but this one feels a little harder to take because, like you mentioned, Tom, they're in a similar position to us. These points, even though every game is 3 points, they feel a little bit more because we have to try and close that gap to make sure we continue to play for something throughout the entire season, and we missed our opportunity today.
And I guess on the bright side, the defense, you only allowed 1 goal, and they didn't have a whole lot of chances. So do you take anything out of that?
Yeah, I take the idea that 2 of our younger lads, JGR and Michael, who haven't been given a ton of opportunities under my tenure so far, both stepped in. Both I thought were very, very good on the defensive side. Had good moments on the ball as well. But I was very happy for those 2 young men coming in together as well as a new partnership and compete well. So I was very, very happy with their 2 individual performances.
We'll go to Justin and then Jeremy.
Yeah, guys, just kind of following up on JGR's play. Obviously, coming in at center back, he's been playing center defensive mid a lot this year as well. But is this a position that you can see him playing a lot going forward, especially with kind of being one of the bright spots out there tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. He's known. I mean, we profiled him and brought him in as a centre back. I think utilising him as a 6 kind of earlier throughout his time here has been something that he's been able to bring some quality on the ball and play in the midfield, but his natural position to centre back. So to see him come back into his natural position and make it hard for me now with his performance to select players, I was happy with him. So probably see him some more there. Yeah.
Jeremy.
Coach, I want to clarify. You mentioned Conrad the injury. Is he re-aggravated that injury, or was it just a minutes management thing to make sure he doesn't when he came out?
Yeah, it's just a minutes management. Obviously, we have a lot of games coming up. When players are on the brink of maybe a muscle pull or anything, you can give him 10 more minutes of soccer and he can be out for 4 weeks. So we were just being cautious with that one. Conrad's a super important player to this team. He's super impactful for us. So we know we have a good couple of games coming up now that we need him fit, obviously rested and fit for as well.
And then over the last recent weeks, since you've taken over management of the squad, the comments about the mood being better and the mentality of the team, trending up. After a couple of tough losses to Orlando and then tonight's performance on top of that, how do you stop that slide from going backwards into that kind of negative space?
Yeah, I think for us it's having the ability to listen to the players, to understand where we need to get better as a team. Roman just gave a very good talk in the locker room with some good composure to the players. There's no anger in there or anything. We're all disappointed, but disappointed is the emotion that we're okay with. We just don't allow that to turn into bitterness and to anger. And it was just it's just an opportunity for us to take a look at ourselves and get better. I know we've talked about this in the past. When you go on a losing run of games, it's difficult to have a good mood inside there. But for us, we just need to get back after it this week in training and get back to the drawing board.
Tom, go ahead.
Had you expected to have this much rotation in the lineup from Wednesday, or were guys more drained from that game?
Yeah. We have to find a balance. We have to find a rotation. There was a couple of guys that were a little bit, it's a quick turnaround time in these difficult conditions. So we were always planning to get Tots back into the game after coming off 2 assists. We hoped that he would have been able to come in the second half and provide some more attacker moments for him to help us score some goals in the second half. We had issues breaking down their first line of confrontation today. So getting him involved wasn't as much as what we anticipated. But we have to put a team out there that's fresh as they can be and sharp as they can be to try and win the game. So yeah.
Alfredo, I take it, was a concussion sub. Was that the problem? He saw his arm in a sling, but was it concussion when he came out?
Yeah, just a concussion. So we want to be very safe with these moments with the players. I think he's had an issue with the arm as well, but it was definitely for the head. Yeah.
So, do you know any more about what his situation is with the arm? As to what's going on?
Not yet. I know it's in a sling and he's just kind of managing the position of it right now, but I haven't seen the medical team since we've just got off the field. So no update for you guys yet.
Coach, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Rich.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Michael Wentzel here. Tom, go ahead and kick us off.
Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Offensively, and obviously you're far away from the goal, but it seemed like you guys just couldn't get started to get the offense going. What was not working today?
To be honest, I felt like both teams didn't really create a lot of chances, and sometimes that's how a game goes. I think in the first 15 minutes the ball was out of play more than the ball was actually on the field. A lot of just situations broken up. So tough start to the game, but I think for both teams finding the rhythm. But yeah, I think in a game like that, set pieces would be crucial. Maybe creating something off of that, but also that it didn't happen today. I think we had very good service. Maybe also finding that space in the box after a set piece for me personally, because that's where I'm like in the box as well. But in a moment like this, I feel like we got to reflect and just be very, very honest with each other and see how we can create more. But in a game like this, if we don't create something, then we can't concede. And we conceded again. I feel like, again, a very, excuse my language, but shitty goal. Just really, really unfortunate. And then after we concede, we just have to be ruthless and find a moment out of nothing to create something. And sometimes that helps in a game, but we weren't able to do that today.
Was there goal one that you thought you guys could have broken it up on a couple occasions?
I haven't looked it back yet, but I felt like in the moment we actually have good numbers in the box. We have to be a little more man-orientated, in my opinion. And then, when the ball is like bouncing, sometimes it's just also a bit luck that the other team have. But you gotta earn your luck, and maybe they earned it today. And maybe we can find a way to throw our body in and make a block, and then it comes through the box again, and then I don't know, just trying with all your life to defend the goal. And that is very helpful in the box, but in that moment we weren't able to do that.
How was it? It was a very young back line there. You guys, a bunch of 21, 22, 23-year-olds who haven't played together. How was it back there?
Yeah, I mean, I can only speak for myself. Obviously, my second game only this year, first start. Tough conditions, but I felt like we all tried to give our best. It was very good playing with JGR. I felt like him and I had good communication on the field. So I think, we have to build on that. I don't know when our next chance will come, but that's part of being a team player. Sometimes you gotta help the other guys when they're starting, and if you play, you just try to take your chance. And we talked to each other before the game that we really, really want that clean sheet. So I'm very frustrated that we weren't able to do that.
Go ahead, Justin. Then we go to Jeremy after.
I could just kind of continuing on that tip, like working with JGR, you guys haven't started together before, and neither of you have had a ton of games at center back this season. How hard is it to build that chemistry together quickly, or since you've trained a lot together, does it kind of come naturally?
Yeah, I think it's not that big of a deal, to be honest, because we play with each other every day in training, like all center backs, if it's JGR or whoever it may be. And then once you're in the game, you're in the game. So I don't think it's a very big deal, to be honest.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Cool question. In terms of what Houston was doing out there, it seemed there were some challenges playing out of the back at times, building through the midfield. Can you speak to what you were seeing from the opponent through?
I didn't get that second part, but I can answer the first part. I feel like they gave us a lot of space out wide, even though before the game we tried to, or we said we want to try to penetrate through the middle a little bit. And find our pivots, but sometimes you also have to respond to the opponent, and I feel like where we definitely could have done better is taking that space and accelerating the game, or accelerating the play, and through that maybe creating new space. So I felt like it would have been an easy switch in the game. But we weren't really able to do that in the game. So we have to look back and see how we can do it better next time.
Tom, we'll finish this off with you.
What's the mood now? You guys you're winless in 4. You got that one win, but you're still having trouble getting results. How's everyone feeling?
Yeah. I feel like it's been a tough season so far. Not only the last 4 games, it's been all year where we really try to find momentum. I think it's great that we were able to score more goals in the last couple of games, but now we also have to be defensively just ruthless, like I said before. Really try to not concede easy goals, and then maybe like grinding out games, and finding results like that. And once you get a result, things can start rolling, and in this league it's very possible to win a couple of games in a row, and we won't be first after this year, but we can make the playoffs. We can still make the playoffs, and then everything resets. So that's our goal. I know it may sound weird, to be honest, after the season we had so far, but it's not over yet, and we know that, and we will give everything until the last game, and we will see where we are then.
Are losses like this one tough because Houston's one of those teams that you're chasing, and you hold them to 1 goal and kind of a winnable game, and you can't do it?
Yeah, but next week is Salt Lake, and they're also in our region in the table, so another chance. And I think every game in this league is a game where you can win, no matter if it's at home or away. You can win, and we have to tell ourselves before the game we can be confident, even though the results are not there yet. But we have a lot of quality in the squad, and we just have to be able to show that 90 minutes.
Michael, thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Tom, go ahead and kick us off.
What slowed the offense down today?
What slowed the offense down today?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. I think we're a bit off it today, to be honest. Just a bit slow in the build-up and off the ball. I think it was just were just off a bit, to be honest.
Is that surprising? Because it hasn't been that way the last 4 games. Obviously, a lot of goals have been scored.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that we had a set plan. We knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to play into the channels of the Sixers. Sometimes we did that, and sometimes we didn't. But yeah.
How's this team feel about you? To have 1 win in your past 16 games, that's got to take a toll. How's even with the optimism from the coaching change? How's it doing now?
I mean, we're still hungry. Like we said, we still want to win. I think this is a time where we come together. We can't go off into little groups. We need to stick together as a team, and it's still the main goal. We still want to win games. We still want to try and make the playoffs. That's simple.
Justin, go ahead.
Jake, talking to Michael earlier, he said that it was pretty easy to build chemistry through training going into this game. I feel obviously you two haven't started at center back together before, having that young pair out there.
Yeah, I think me and Michael did well together. I'm very disappointed on the goal, but that I think we worked well together. At my old club, I had a partner that was my age as well, so I'm used to playing with a younger centre back, and I think for me and Michael, that was the first time we really actually played together. I mean, we've never City 2 games, didn't play together, so yeah, it was nice to play with him.
And do you feel like, it seemed like that was kind of the bright spot was the play of especially you two as center back? Like, do you feel like something that you could build on in the future?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think most people actually forget I actually think I am more of a centre back than a 6. I played there mostly back in my old club, so I was happy to be given a chance there tonight.
Jeremy, go ahead.
Can you talk a little bit about what you saw on the goal and what led to it?
Yeah, I think we actually should have cleared it just before it, and it wasn't a good clearance. And then I think it was a bit of a pinball. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it again, but yeah.
And then when you see substitutions, Alfredo goes down early, Conrad leaves at the half. How much does that change things from a build-up perspective when you guys have a game plan going into a match to build through the Sixes? Does that change a lot for you guys on the back line?
Yeah, it changes a little bit. I mean, it's not nice for Alfie to come off so early and then Conrad at halftime. But I think Akil came on and did well. I think it doesn't matter the personnel. They know what to do when they come on. So it shouldn't be an excuse.
We wrap things up with Tom Thurman.
Jake, with a very young group there on the back line, did you guys kind of take it as the challenge today for the youngsters team to beat?
Yeah, I think it was a young backline, but I think you can't put age on it. If you're good enough to play, you'll play. So Jay's been playing consistently, and then me and Michael have stepped in today, and also Joey. So age for me doesn't matter.
Did you feel? I mean, if you went into this game if we only allow 1 goal, that would put a good position to win. I mean, the way you guys have been scoring goals, it was kind of double disappointing that you hold a team to 1 goal and can't get a result on the road?
Yeah, but I also think, that goal should not be going in. I also think we didn't create enough chances to actually, win the game. So yeah, I think today was just a little bit off. I think we were just a bit slow in our press in duels, and also losing the ball a little bit too much. But look, we have to move on from this, and we have to focus on Salt Lake.
Just because you're there and we're not, how was the heat? How bad were the conditions? Just so we can get a feel for it.
I mean, yes, it was hot. The sun wasn't shining down, so that was nice. It was humid, but I don't think it was that bad, to be honest. The heat, we both play in the heat, so again, it's not an excuse.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
Jake, thank you.